Sorry if there was a squeak there. There's a bit of a delay here. But hopefully everything sounds okay. There's a bit of a delay here. Okay, sounded good. Just wanted to make sure that everything was okay. So I don't plan to be on as long as I was yesterday because I have some chores that I have to do. You know, those things like, washing dishes and clothes because I'm an adult and have work and all of that. So there's things that I have to do. But as promised, I wanted to deliver on this stream for those who wanted. The yays have it. Everyone, well, it was more votes for Adele. So I am doing this reading on Adele because there were more votes for her. More people wanted to see this. Not to say that I still won't do a reading on Zukai and Doja Cat and the Ice Spice situation. But for tonight's stream, we are going to do that. Also, let me know in the comments section of this video or on that community post. Oh, wait, it's gone for you all. Maybe you can go on the community. Nope, just let me know here in this video. Never mind. Not going to make it hard. You can let me know in the comment section or in the chat if you all are interested in or still interested in my reading on the Knights Templar, because that was one of the other readings that I was going to do, or if you would prefer a general reading. I'm open to doing either one. So just let me know down in the comment section and I will do that. But without further ado, for those of you who is simply here just for the reading, you don't care about any of the other things that is going on. Hello, welcome, welcome. My name is Lotus Mage. I am a self-taught diviner. And you see the thumbnail, you see the title. You know, today we're going to be doing a reading on Adele. Why do you ask? The reason being is because she recently announced that she will be stepping away, going on a hiatus, maybe retiring from music once her Las Vegas residency comes to a close. Once she is done with that, she is going to go hide away again, and we won't see or hear from Adele probably for a while. Some people have speculated that is because she is trying to start a family, that she is trying to get married, or that she actually may be trying to set us up for her early retirement. Like, is she going to pull a Riri on us or something? So, you know, that has been kind of the gossip. So that's what I'm here doing today. I want to see what's really going to be coming up and what isn't. So now that I have got that out of the way, I forgot to do this on my video yesterday, but please note at the bottom of the screen here, it says, all statements made are alleged for entertainment purposes only. So please keep in mind that, you know, I am simply an interpreter. I am filtering messages, and sometimes my interpretations may be colored through my own biases or misunderstanding, or I may be mistranslating it. You know, just think of me as like your translator, and you're in I don't know, you speak Tamil or something, or Tagalog, and I can't, you know, translate everything over one for one, because, you know, there's not always a direct translation. So just let that be that. But if you are okay with that, and just know that you are always welcome to utilize your powers of discernment if something resonates, or if it doesn't, that is completely up to you. I get it. I understand it. We are all human, and I am prone to fallacies as well. I am prone to, you know, making a mistake, and that is okay. That is part of the human experience. Again, so if that is something you are okay with, you're just here for the entertainment, you kind of want to see what's going to come out of this, or maybe you're using me as kind of like the third or second person who has done a reading on Adele, and you kind of want to see what's been matching up, what's lining up. I'm here for all of it. So we are going to jump into this reading, and should I start? Yeah, let's look into her energies first, and then we'll get into the other parts. If you all are wondering what kind of tarot cards these are, if you've never been to my channel before, hello, welcome. These are Lenormand cards. I'm not sure if I'm actually pronouncing it correctly, but I believe it's pronounced Lenormand. These are, they're smaller. They kind of have some of the same tendencies as tarot cards, but they kind of go through a different system, kind of like the Marseille, or if you were using Thoth. So they are it's a little different system, but it's still pictures and numbers and things like that, and then underlying meanings, and then, you know, placements of where the cards are. Another reason why I truly like Lenormands though too is I feel like they kind of get more to the point, and they're a smaller deck, so I can kind of carry these any and everywhere. So okay, I just want to take note of some of these that popped out, and they all coming up in reverse. She has the man card here. She has the cross, and this, the man card usually deals with a masculine figure or a person, whatnot. But it also can deal with probably kind of like a situation, things like that. But of course, it comes up with the heart here, so it makes me feel like there is something here, timing with like her family, and maybe the constraints of her job is what's kind of like hurting things right now. Because we have the garden car, which I usually call the party car. It's the you know. Goldilocks card, kind of like you're going around trying to taste and see what's working for you. It's also kind of like the community card or the associates card, the networking card. The going back to the cross, though, of course, this also deals with things like faith. This can deal with things like contracts. It can deal with things of like unions. It can also deal with kind of like those beliefs, those morals that kind of make up it, that they kind of make us who we are, the creeds and stuff that we abide by. And then you also have the bear. So the bears, I forget what it say in the Lenormand book, but I know when I usually see the bear, I think of like mother bear. I think of protective energy. I also think of someone who kind of comes off ferocious, but they can be very caring, someone who kind of has like a soft chewy center. So those all kind of fell out here for a second, but I want to see what's really going to stick. I'll tell you one thing, matrimony is definitely something that's coming up here. It's something to do with her engagement or family, something to do with Rich Paul. If you all don't know who Rich Paul is, that is the guy that she is now engaged to. I don't think they're married just yet. Look, this man card, so you can see this man card flipped over in here again. And this time it's coming up in the upright. One thing about a Taurus, baby, they are creatures of comfort. She also has the house card as well, or this could be the house, the home card, however you want to say it. So this is dealing with things, with matters of home. So there is some kind of I want to say inconsistency, but it's more like a trouble, a barrier, some kind of boundary that's coming up with her at home. Some, not so much trouble as the word trouble, because I don't want you to think it's dealing with um, like it could be something that's, because I was gonna say legal matters, but marriage is legal. Um, More so like, things, I can't go out here on the road if things aren't settled at home. And it could be something like, something as simple as like, oh crap, I left the stove on, kind of thing. But it's just kind of like, I need to get things at home together, because if that's going to throw me off and I'm going to be constantly thinking of that, then my performance is going to hinder my performance. It's going to hinder, kind of how I show up and perform in the world. So that's kind of what I'm getting here up. And then, so the tower in this one, so there is a tower in the tarot card, just to differentiate the two. This is where the systems kind of delineate. The tower in the Lenormand deck usually deals with like government agencies, companies, things like that. It's kind of like big brother energy, whereas the tower in tarot usually deals with kind of like resets, destruction, what's another thing? Kind of things being razed to the ground in order to be built back up. The tower is more so dealing, in the Lenormand, is more so dealing with like, this could be her agency, this could be the world around her, this could be her government, things like that. So I wonder if they're deciding on where to live. Maybe is that another issue that may be coming up here? Because I found it kind of interesting that she did a Las Vegas residency, because I figured that would be something that more Americans would do. I thought she would have did something over in the UK, but she is here, and I believe I heard rumors before that she was looking or previously interested in moving here to America, because I think maybe like, was that around the pandemic, people were saying that they seen her and Rich Paul looking at houses. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then lastly, can I get one more card so we can tap into Adele's energy, so I can tap into her energy? And then we also have the fishes. The fishes in this one, so usually when I see the fishes, I think of messages. So, or it could be this announcement that she did. Also, with the fishes, it could deal with traveling. I don't know if you all can see that really well, but there's a boat in the background there. If you can kind of see that, it's a boat in the background. Thank you, camera, for focusing. But it's a camera in the back, boat in the background. So it usually makes me think of like travel, going on a long destination, going somewhere far. It could be travel by boat, travel by seas, whatever that may be, or travel by water, I should say. And notice that underneath the deck here, we have the coffin. And this is dealing with communication as well. This is dealing with, so usually when I see the birds, I think of it as like the phone card or like email, text messages, those kind of things when I see the bird card. And then repetition, woman, lucky, moon, and admire. What is she concerned about at home? I wonder if there is some business dealings that she still is trying to deal with, or that she don't find favorable, because that's something that seemed to be coming up here underneath. But this is also talking about there's personal things with the home, personal things, or at least something at home that she is trying to get together. But I do also think there is something here, and it may not even, with these two cards being here, something almost made me feel like there's still some issues, maybe with her divorce, that may be coming up here as well. Because correct me if I'm wrong. Again, okay, I think I need to flip this again because I don't know why this happens. I think, okay, yes, that's so much better. I can actually see this now. This is better. um, I I believe Adele had to pay her husband, or ex-husband, I should say, right? I believe she had to pay him. Because the reason why I'm kind of recalling that is because I kind of remember vaguely what was going on with that, because I want to say Mary J. Blige was going through her divorce around the same time. And I remember hearing like all of these people who have to pay their husbands after the divorce, when usually you hear it kind of like the other way around, or you would think it would be an amicable split. And I remember hearing Mary J. Blige was going through that stuff with her husband, where she had to pay him out, even though I believe he was the one who was in the wrong. I don't remember all of the details in regards to Adele's divorce. I kind of wasn't being too nosy about that one, didn't really care. I mean, it's not my life. I'm not saying it's like, who cares about Adele, but that wasn't my life. That was very much something personal that she and her family were going through, respectfully. Um, okay, let's get some more light shed on this issue. What's going on here? I don't know why my bit rate just drops like that out of nowhere. Hopefully it clears up in a second for you all, because I don't know why I just did that. It looks atrocious on my end. Hopefully it doesn't for you all. Gotta check something. Gotta check it. Okay, it looked like it cleared up for a second there. I'm gonna continue. Hopefully it doesn't drop or anything, because like my equipment and stuff is good. Like it's showing up really clear, but for whatever reason, YouTube is having a issue connecting, and it may be the internet. It could be the internet. But if I lose you guys, I'll just reconnect. Hopefully it won't be any issues. Okay, okay. Sorry, puppy. I need you to move your booty. Thank you. Emissary Beauty Agency Compassion. How would that come out? Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so I had a couple cards here that flipped over. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Commitment, acquisition, responsibility. Make sure these all can kind of get on the screen. Oh, this is good as go. And then we have preservation, neutrality, obligations. Something with obligations here. What is that? Then we have Van, the caretaker of the lost, respite, assistance, memory. What is the underlying card? We have healing, graciousness, acceptance. Okay. Do I want to say that? Should I say that? This might be old news. Was there an overlap in her dating history with Rich Paul and her ex-husband? Maybe that's what I'm picking up here. I think that's what it is. Don't hold me to it. I feel like that's something that I'm picking up here. This Osiris card with the commitment, responsibilities, and things like that, along with this Anubis card, does not surprise me because again, this just feels like contractual obligations and things like that she have in regards to kind of like her label or the music that she's been putting out. Maybe it could be some other deal that she has. Maybe there's also like she wish she could kind of like cut out now, but she has a contractual obligation with her Las Vegas residency. But I think if she could have pulled out earlier, she would have. But her hands are kind of tied on that. So I'm thinking that's what this is. But I think there's also something coming up here about her ex-husband, and I wonder if it's dealing with kind of like a timeline overlap between her time dating Rich Paul or Paul Rich. I think it's Rich Paul. And, her finalizing her divorce. Like they could have been separated, for all intents and purposes. They were essentially separated, but, it's still like where you were still on paper and everything, you were still tied to this person. Oh, and I have joy, but it's coming up in reverse. So there is something that's upsetting her or that's going to upset her in the future. There's going to be some little hiccup in the road here. What is this? Bullseye, focus. Ooh. And we have the anchor. So the anchor is dealing with stability. See that stability, that home card. This kind of reads like four of wands energy. If you do tarot at all, this is dealing with things at home, things that isn't quite right. It's things that she is trying to get together, things that she is trying to handle. Again, I would not be surprised with this Fishes card that we got as well, that there's something here about like maybe her choosing a new home base. Like I see moving, like an actual house move potentially happening for her in the future. That's what I'm getting for her so far, just tapping into her energy. I would say the contractual obligations. I do think it's something either coming up with her ex-husband here or a potential union between her and Rich Paul that she is trying to plan out and do. I do think she is, again, moving. I do think there's a hurdle or some kind of hump in the road here, because this dart thing, the target, also makes me think like there's a challenge, and she has to rise to the occasion. And I don't think it's like the easiest challenge. I don't think it's going to be the easiest thing to do, especially with this coming up as the number 40. I don't think it's going to be the easiest thing for her to overcome, but it's something she's going to have to do if she kind of wants to set the grounds for the joy she kind of wants in the future, or what she hopes to retain in the future here. So that's what I'm getting so far, just tapping into her energy. But let's see what's going on between her and Rich Paul. Let's see what's going on. Oh, 1 second. What is it, babe? What is it? Okay, and I am back. Had to make sure to give hugs and kisses for nap for bedtime. So, um, let's see here. What's coming up between Adele and Rich? Oh, that was a lot. Oh, what we got here? Okay, so there's definitely some admiration, some amor going on here between her. Well, at least on her end of things, there's definitely some love here on her side. Does he want to get married? Or has she been kind of forcing him to get married? Because what's making me nervous is because for him, the man car or something is coming up in reverse. And this only thing I could think of is that either he's not ready to get married and she's pressuring him into getting married, or the ex-husband is a factor, or it could be somebody that she is in relation with outside of, like, maybe it could be like family, maybe somebody at her label, something like that. Okay, and then I get the pathway card. So this is kind of like, which way do you want to go? See, there's some worry, there's a hurdle here, because when I see the mice card is kind of like those things that you think of, like the Four of Cups. If you are a tarot reader, if you're somebody who's like, that's just going over your head, basically the mice card is kind of like those things that you need to worry about, that you need to handle, but you would rather put it off and not deal with it. You think like, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind, I don't have to worry about it, until you get hit with that collection notice mail. Hello. And then you have to deal something with it. I do think things are going to work out, because the two underlying cards here was the 4-leaf clover, and she has the other male card here. So I think something is going to work out. Something is going to shake loose. She keeps getting the birds under here. And again, it's kind of like the phone card again, as I stated earlier. Some kind of email, some kind of line of communication, a messenger, maybe a delayed message coming through here. There's some kind of mix-up going on here. And this may be overlapping with both her business and her personal. Okay, I thought I muted my phone, and I guess I didn't. 1 second. Sorry, you are all gonna just see me It's going to look weird. I'm just going to be tapping the screen because we don't need all of this noise. Here we go. Yeah, we don't need all of that. Sorrow, loss, valor, serendipity. Oh, that was wrong. Okay. We have self-realization, companionship, and nobility coming up here. Let me scoop this down just a tad. So completion, support, expediency. That expediency makes me feel like she's kind of rushing things. She wants this to happen faster than he does. But yeah, also with this completion card, it feels like there's something that is not quite handled, something that is not quite done for this to happen. I wonder is that also why the home card is coming up? Because I wonder if they're having a disagreement in regards to kind of like how to move forward as a couple, which is understandable. Especially because I believe, yeah, he's American and she's British. So I can understand why that would be an issue. Hope, incompleteness, right? Incompleteness and yearning. I think there's something that they haven't quite discussed and figured out yet. And look, we got the Anubis card again, dealing with obligation, neutrality, preservation. Sorry, I cannot talk. As the card underneath. And then we also have, what do you know it? Atonement, growth, deceits underneath. Also followed by motherhood, ferocity, and creation. They're just, again, I haven't been married, so therefore I have not been divorced. So I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell me. Would there really be a stipulation like, hey, if you were to move on with somebody else, if I know rightfully so, it will probably be in like some marriage contracts or divorce contracts, but I wonder if there's something here, some kind of concern in regards to kind of like her rights or her access to her son. Because again, I don't know the intricacies and the details of like what the arrangement is, like the custody arrangement is with their son. Because I believe she has a son, correct? I wonder if that's one of the other factors here. It's a lot of home life stuff that's coming up for her. It feels like. Yeah, it's definitely some love, some fondness here, but you know that's a Taurus is gonna love. They love hard. When they love hard. Balance. Yep, something that's not quite working out here. Something that hasn't been handled. And notice that these are both like pinkish, purpley cards. So, you know, sometimes people relate pink and stuff like that, not just to feelings of love and desire and, you know, satisfaction, but sometimes pink also can kind of deal with childhood, kind of like, oh, you need to deal with the younger you. We can probably speak to like childhood wounds, things like that. Also with this purple being here, usually that's why I use purple on everything on my channel. Purple for me brings up thoughts and feelings of like intuition. It kind of gives me like that the not Empress, the seer card, the second card, not the magician. The why am I blanking on it right now? It's not the Empress. High Priestess. Yes, that was the one. Anything else I can get here? And look at that, what we got again. And then notice again the colors that we have here. We have the red. So again, red is, not only does it speak to kind of like blood or lifeline, this also speaks to love and romance. It can speak to the sacral chakra as well. So, pleasure, the things that kind of like get you inspired, creativity and things like that. So just note the colors that we have here as well. So I definitely think there is some mutual love and appreciation and admiration of one another, but there's something here that quite has some kind of kinks this coming up in their relationship, which is absolutely normal. I'm not trying to say like, oh, they ain't good for each other. There's just, like most normal relationships, there's just some kinks and things that they need to kind of iron out. They need to kind of hammer out, talk about, and effectively communicate. But there's something about child. I don't know if she is trying to get pregnant. I don't know if there is a concern about her son, or if there is something about maybe one of their childhood wounds here. There's something about childhood. Let's see if I can get if we can narrow in on this by asking what's going on with this hiatus announcement. Here we go. That's coming up to the side. So usually when cards pop out like that, I try to leave it the way it is, because usually that means that's the issue, the blocked energy. Okay, we just fell. And can I get it? Can I get it? Oh, yep. I think she wants to switch labels or something, because this is the second time we've gotten this Tower card for her in regards to the hiatus. And I've done 2 separate readings on this. The first part was just kind of like her energy reading, and now I'm actually reading on why excuse me, she has announced this hiatus, and I've gotten the Tower card yet again. What is this one? Stork. And yes, the stork can also deal with again, messages. If you also know about the story we like to tell children, oh, you were delivered by the stork, it can lead to signs of like pregnancy or intimacy, things like that. I have these 3 that wants to come out. Here go that mother bear again, that scythe cut away, and that death. Yeah, even though I haven't got the other card just yet, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's because she is trying to work on her home life, her family with Rich Ball. And again, I would not be surprised if children is a part of that equation, marriage. I wouldn't be surprised if all of that is a part of the equation. But, unfortunately, this whole agreement that she has with, completing this Las Vegas residency or whatever has been the hang up, the hold. Her career has been the hang up, the hold. These obligations that she have on the table has kind of prevented her from starting things on the timeline that she would prefer. But I'm going to see what these last 2 cards are going to be here. I said last two and then everything want to pop out. What's this one? Dealing with women. And then we have the clover here. So yeah, to me, this is giving, there has been some bumps in the road, some things she has wanted to handle, she has wanted to do on her own timeline, and schedule, and it just kind of haven't worked out that way. Notice again, okay, so I'm going to flip this so you see. Messenger, this is dealing with like her spirit, her, what she wants, would it help satisfy her, what do she think she need. We're getting them the messages again, like those phone calls. There's something that's going to come up. I think that's where the hindrance is going to come up at. There's some kind of message, some kind of music, communication or something that's going to go awry, maybe some publicity stunt or something is going to come out. It could be a lot of these celebrities have been getting blind items released on them that have been like very accurate, and they have been coming and been proven true pretty quickly following their release. So I wouldn't be surprised it comes up in the form of a blind item, But then also the next card at the top of the deck is the letter card. And the letter card, again, it doesn't always have to deal with kind of like contracts. It can also deal with like promises made. Like you could have made something in private, a promise or something, some kind of obligation, something to be held to task on that you promised privately, and that you kind of need to follow through on. We also have this death card here. I think there's going to be some time before she comes back for sure. I would not be, again, the other thing that's coming up for me, I would not be surprised if she does not step back out in the limelight, or she changes labels. That could also be the other thing here, where at the beginning of this reading, when at the top part I was coming up with something about there may be some kind of move or travel coming up for her. It could be that she's leaving labels and not just homes. But look, this is the next card. We also have the ship as well. So yeah, there's something coming up here where there's definitely some travel. There's kind of like, I'm hearing a true end of a chapter. Something is really gonna close, kind of like have to be done and completed. And that was something I got earlier with her and Rich Paul's reading. There's something that has to be finalized, closed, dead, book closed on it before they can truly kind of step forward together. Not surprised by that at all. Let's see what else is going to come up here for this hiatus. Okay. I specifically was thinking about what challenges she is facing right now, and trying to complete this obligation or whatever, because we have the agency card here with the tower, and then we have the hurdle, a very difficult thing that she has to overcome with the mountain card, and look what I get, the leper king. This is something that she has to be brave and actually deal with. She cannot ignore it. She can't just, put it out of sight, out of mind. Notice again, we also have the faith card here. So I wonder if there is a big leap that she has to take. She has to kind of just step out there and do it, and, pour her whole heart into it, because we have pulled the faith card, or at least the cross card, a couple of times in this reading here. So there's something here that she needs to kind of like step forward in. She needs to just go ahead and do it. And then let's see. Strategy of failure, trauma, the exile. Yeah, there's something with the move. There's something with the move. If I had to bet on that, I would put $50 on it. I don't know who I'm betting at 52 because it ain't none of y'all. I don't want nobody coming after me for nothing. You cannot collect. No pass go. Do not collect $200. Yeah, see, look, motherhood, ferocity, creation. That ferocity, that motherhood makes me think of the bear card that we have that has appeared a couple times through this reading as well. Because remember, at the top of this reading, again, at the very beginning, when I did the energy check, the energy reading for her, I was mentioning something about, the bear card doesn't just mean like protection and stuff like that. It can also mean, things dealing with motherhood, very protective mother bear. And sometimes it can deal with someone who is, has a very hard exterior, but they're very mushy and soft on the inside. So with Mother Zanu coming up here, the mother of creation, I think there is some things here that is not lining up in her life when it comes to kind of, yes, her business meets personal. And not that it needs to be, because, me personally, I would like there to be some separation between, my personal life and my work life. But I can see where there's some kind of issue. There's a hurdle, clearly, with the mountain being here. And then also underneath we have paternalism, kindness, and wisdom. Okay, let's see what else we're going to get. Let's see if we're going to get any more clarity. Spirit, can you provide me with any lasting messages? Yep. Boundaries. Yeah, she's trying to do some kind of separation there between her personal own and work life. And I don't know if the two have really been affecting each other, or maybe Rich Paul is having an issue with how it's lining up. But yep, some luck is needed here with the coins. It may be something that's going to cost them a bit of money. Again, remember I mentioned something about contractual obligations. I wouldn't be surprised if she has to do some kind of payout, whether it's, again, something with her ex-husband or, her current management team or company that she's signed to, or in regards to just her moving, because I was getting something about home as well. So I think that there's a new home base that they may be trying to work out as well. So that could be where the coins and the good luck is coming up for. Yep, and we got that joy card again. Yep, there's something she needs to kind of like get together. I think they're all personal things. I'm not really tapping into what exactly the issue may be. I've listed a couple of things throughout this video that they could be pertaining to, but I'm not quite sure. And it could be all of the things, and that's probably why I'm not able to kind of like grab onto anything for sure, because it could be a culmination of all the things in some type of way. Yep, here we go. Angel numbers confirmation is the underlying card. Well, is there anything else that we need to know? We did a reading on her and Rich Paul. We did a reading on the reason why she has done this announcement. I guess maybe the last thing would be just what's coming up for her in the future. Oh, what kind of shuffle was that, baby? All right. That was much better. That was embarrassing what I did earlier. Okay. Okay, okay. This is the only one that stays. So there's something that I kind of see the lilies like the justice card. So this could be something that's again, it may be dealing with like legalities, but more so what I'm getting is like there's something that like justice is not served or that somebody needs to apologize for that she's not going to quite get or it's not going to happen the way that she wants it to be. Let's see what else is coming up here. I need some more information. I'm not gonna tell you what just came to my mind because I hope that's not true. I want the cards to confirm it for me. Singer songwriter. Yeah. I just need one more card for confirmation. All right, I got it. Yep, messages here. The way these cards look blue to me, but they're showing up purple on the screen is hilarious. And then look at what we got underneath the pile, but it's coming up in reverse, anchor. So usually, so you've seen the anchor earlier, but that was dealing with stability. In the Lenormand, however, and not the Oracle deck of, the sign of the times, the anchor usually means being stagnant, needing to wait. Kind of think of like the Chariot card almost. Like there, you need to take some time to think, to plot, to plan before you move forward. You need to take a break. You need to rest here with the anchor card. Yeah, this speaks to her hiatus, if you ask me, with this with the stars and the moon card. It kind of speaks to her hiatus things. Again, I think this is something that because I think did I pull the secret card out for her or did it just flip over in my hand? I don't know how long she's gonna be away, but yeah, she's definitely serious. She's not playing. She's not lying about this hiatus. Like her wanting to step away, her wanting to kind of like go into that shell, go into hermit mode, needing to recalibrate. Again, handle some things that's going on at home that is probably devolved into a big freaking mess. And so she's kind of like, okay, I gotta deal with that. And again, we getting the fishes here, which usually deals with like messages, communication. Again, it can also be something dealing with travel by water. She has the key. What? Hold on. I gotta refer to the book. Why would the lilies be coming up in reverse? What is the negatives for that? Oh, excuse me. Um, yeah, she did get the key actually too. The moon is her answer to kind of figuring things out. Okay, I'm looking at everything else but what I said. Okay. Focus. That ADD be kicking in. So lilies. Um I don't know if you all can actually read this here, but it says, when I see the lilies pop up, I feel a stretch of time. Stretch of time, hmm? Someone who has just announced their hiatus. And that's the first sentence here. And then it says, something needs time or a situation or a situation needing lots of patience and wisdom in dealing with it. The lilies also talk about our aunts, uncles, grandparents, and people we revere and respect for their expertise, knowledge, or skill. Remember, she kept getting something about a person kind of coming up, and I kept saying like there feels like there's going to be some kind of issue, some kind of halt coming up here, because I kept thinking it was probably her ex-husband. To me, it feels like it might be dealing with her ex-husband. There's going to be the issue. But yeah, and I think that's probably why she's having to take this time away. I think there may be something with their agreement that she's probably trying to renegotiate or deal with, because I think she is ready to get married again, or try marriage again, and try the whole motherhood thing and all of that. I think there is something here with just kind of like, I want to revisit the drawing board, but I can't do that if this relationship that I have with you is going to steady be a toxic one, a negative one. It is also the card of honesty and purity. Yes, that all makes sense. I think things are going to work out for her for sure, but I do think that it's just going to be, while she's in the middle of it, I think it's going to be something that's going to just want to make her pull her freaking hair out. Let me see. What else is coming up here in the future? What issues are coming up here in the future for Adele? Okay, I'm going to flip these over. Respite. Yeah, I think it's something to do with that ex-husband. I'm willing to bet 50. And we have the justice, truth, duty card. We was just talking about something dealing with truth. Yes, the lilies. My bad. I don't know how I act like I forgot just that fast. I think that ex-husband is bitter. Bitter Betsy. I just bent this card so bad. I am so sorry. And then the other one is just reward, evaluation, and respite. I think things are going to work out, but it might get ugly. It might get ugly there. It might get ugly. Let's see. There's something else. I'm going to end it on this. These are the last few cards. So don't let me move this up so you all can see those. Kind of reminisce on those if it's something that kind of jumps out for you. For the girlies that's reading over my shoulders, because we have the passenger tarot readers in the room. See, notice what we got. Achievement with the crystals. And I will also be remiss if I don't point out this. So she has the crystals here. But for any of you all who lack a green thumb or you don't deal with plants, this is also a prayer plant in the back. And just thinking of the name, the prayer plant, it just makes me feel like, again, going to that cross, something about her faith, her belief, maybe the truth being revealed, something like that coming up here, especially with the crystals as well. I'm thinking of like, what is that? The clear quartz. The clear quartz is about clearing things out, amplifying them, making things easier to be discerned. Like it all of that kind of gives me that. And I also think with prayer plants, they're typically, they close up at night and then they open up again when, it's time for the sun to come out. So to me, also with that being kind of like the image that's coming up in my head, it just makes me feel like, yeah, something is going to come to light. Something's going to be revealed. There may be some messy things at home or some messy rumors. Again, remember, I even mentioned earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something that comes out via blind item that she may try to lie about or debunk or try to wave off, and whether it's saving face for herself or for the ex-husband on behalf of her son that they have together or whatever. I can see it later being something where people are like, girl, it's been confirmed. Stop lying. We see it. And I would not be surprised if it's something to do with kind of like some timeline overlap between her dating Rich Paul versus when she actually finalized her divorce. And note how I'm saying that overlap in the divorce finalization and her dating Rich Paul. Because for all intents and purposes, her and her husband, or sorry, ex-husband, could have very much been living different lives, separated, wasn't around each other and everything, but just on paper, just legally, and through their son, they're tied together when she started dating Rich Paul. I would not be surprised if there's going to be something people are going to try to harp on, and it's like, just read between the lines. Anything else coming up? Okay, okay. And see, then we have the dice card here, dealing with the game of chance, power lines, some energy. She needs to focus on that. The sunflower also makes me think of the sun, things being clear. And it also speaks to the action card, something, once again, that she kind of needs to focus her attention on. Remember, we got the focus card earlier with the bullseye and everything. So there is something here where she's like, I have to change directions of focusing on this situation, because it's just going to be an issue. Like, I would not be surprised if all this time behind the scenes he has just been causing havoc and not making this a very, like, I don't even want to say, yeah, like, not a very enjoyable experience for her or for Rich Paul, and that could be what's kind of like coming up here. I do think her and Rich Paul, again, like most couples, I do think there is something that they kind of need to work out or figure out. It could be this relationship that she has, this connection that she has with the ex-husband and his bitterness. That's allegedly, because that's just what I'm getting here in this reading. I feel like that's what it's dealing with. But I think on top of everything else, with, like, they're trying to, get together, where they're going to live, how she wants to move forward with her career. Is she still going to move forward with her career? Maybe they're discussing family plans, family planning and things like that, all of that. So I wouldn't be surprised. And something I just noticed with these dice is they're both fours. And usually when I think of fours, I think of stability. And I very much think of the Four of Wands, like home. Things need to be stable and figured out at home. The rear view mirror, things in the past that need to be handled. What was underlying energy, did I say? Oh, look at this. Ancestry. And so I don't think ancestry has to necessarily mean, like, her actual blood family, because for all intents and purposes, if you ask me, her ex-husband is still also very much a part of her family because of the son that they share. So yeah, I'm gonna lean on that. I'm gonna stand on that. And then what's this? Abundance. This is coming up in reverse. And then we have the globe again. So yeah, I think they're thinking about moving. I think they're thinking about changing continent somewhere here. All right. That's what I'm getting in this reading. Yeah. I'm not getting anything else that's coming up here. I would be interested to know exactly what is coming up for her, because it looks like the future is pretty clear. But I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet 2 pennies that yes, the ex-husband is very much the issue. I think he wants her miserable. And I think it may kind of be working on Rich, like where he's probably, allegedly fed up and over it. But yeah. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Again, like I said, replay family, when you watch this, maybe you can offer some further insights, because again, I'm not sure exactly the whole timeline and the issue what came up with Adele and her ex-husband during their divorce. I didn't really get all into that. It was a whole bunch of other stuff going on in my life when that was happening. So I could just imagine what was going on with her. So yeah, maybe you can shed a bit more light down in the comment section. If you like this reading, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you think one of your friends, your family members would be interested in this reading, in this video, make sure to share it out as well. If you would like to see the next time I upload, participate in any of the community events, all of those things, or see the next time I drop a video, make sure to hit that notification bell, setting it to all so you can get all notifications. And with that being said, I thank you all for joining me, for being here for this reading. May you be blessed. May you have a great day or night wherever you are, evening. And I will see you in the next video. Again, remember, put it down in the comment section what you would want to see the next video on. Because again, there was a tie between Zukai Doja in the Ice Spice situation. Or if you would want me to just go ahead and do a general reading, or the reading I initially had planned on, what was that, Sunday, before I lost my voice, on the Knights Templar. So let me know what you all want, and I'll probably also put something up on the community post again for you all to vote on, and let that decide. So with that, have a good one, everyone. Bye.